Your mind is redlining at 100 miles an hour. You are mapping out imaginary conversations, anticipating future disasters, and reviewing past mistakes. But physically, you haven't moved an inch from your chair. This is the overthinking spiral. It feels incredibly productive because your brain is rapidly generating dozens of hypothetical scenarios and detailed anxieties, but it actually solves absolutely nothing. When we realize we are stuck in this loop, a default human instinct kicks in. We try to use the very tool that trapped us to escape. We try to think our way out of the knot. But applying more logic to panic just acts as an accelerant. You take a single, manageable worry, and the brain expands it outward into a massive, interconnected web of anxiety. We see a similar paralysis when it comes to physical procrastination. If you have ever stared down a massive, overwhelming chore, you might know the tactic people use to beat it, the 5-minute rule. The logic is simple. You tell yourself you only have to work on the terrifying task for 5 minutes, and then you can quit. By drastically lowering the psychological barrier to entry, you trick your brain into taking that crucial first step. Staring at a sink full of dirty dishes paralyzes you from starting. Staring at a massive pile of anxious thoughts paralyzes you from stopping. Overthinking is rarely a problem of finding the right answers. It is a failure of cognitive braking, which means we need a mental equivalent to the 5-minute rule. The intervention is the 60-second silence. When the spiral starts, your only requirement is to drop whatever you are doing and sit in total physical and mental stillness for exactly 1 minute. During this minute, there is absolutely zero expectation to resolve whatever issue you are stressing about. You are off the clock. A strict 60-second boundary works because it feels completely manageable. To a highly overwhelmed brain, pausing for an hour feels impossible. Pausing for 1 minute feels safe. Both tools rely on the exact same psychological exploit. An artificial, low-barrier time limit bypasses your natural resistance. 5 minutes gets you to start moving. 60 seconds gets you to stop spinning. When you force this pause, you install a cognitive circuit breaker. A mental spiral requires constant oxygen. It needs unbroken attention to maintain chaotic momentum. Imposing a short limit starves the spiral of that attention. Without new thoughts feeding the system, the momentum collapses. Because the silence requires absolutely no effort, it forces an immediate shift in focus, away from abstract, future-tense anxieties, anchoring you squarely in the physical present. The goal isn't to fight the bad thoughts or out-debate your anxiety. It is simply to temporarily remove the fuel that powers the machine. Sitting in a quiet room for a minute does not magically pay your bills, repair a relationship, or erase the root causes of your stress. The problems will still be there when the timer rings. What it achieves is a complete reset of your mental baseline. It shifts your brain's operating state out of panic mode and back to a neutral gear. That shift dictates how you handle the problem next. There is a massive difference between reacting blindly out of pure fear and approaching the exact same issue with deliberate clarity. Environmental triggers are inevitable. A late-night email or a passing comment will always have the potential to ignite a spiral before you even realize what is happening. You just cannot stop that initial spark. But you never have to be a helpless passenger to the resulting fire. You possess a permanent manual override for your own cognitive overload. Whenever the internal noise reaches a paralyzing threshold, true control of your mind is only ever 60 seconds of silence away.